she made a whole video and lied and tried to get ahead on the PR, and all of her people are still coming to me like minions. It's been
in
over
the same
2
way
years. I destroyed Blair.
Even Riley.
And I destroyed Riley Gaines too in the debate. And that's
Michael
just our
Knowles
view
is
over
even
here.
doing that. Like, all of them are always trying to get ahead of the narrative before the episode even comes out.
Yeah.
Try to spin it so people already have a narrative when they watch it, instead of letting people just watch it and absorb it.
That is true. Because Michael Knowles did it.
Michael did it. Riley's done it.
Ooh, that's true.
And it's like, if you are so strong with your work, why do you have to add that extra, like, let's rile up our followers? Just let your followers watch and decide for themselves.
Because they can't debate liberals the way that they think they can. And conservatives,
well, to be fair, and this is why I love your activism and my activism, name a liberal that could stand up to Ben Shapiro the way that I have, because I don't think there is.
None, because people feel like it's a waste of time to do so. And the thing is, we're not here to change people's minds. Yeah. We're here to give our talking points and let you be known. We're still not going nowhere.
Yeah. And to show that we're powerful as well.
Yes.
That we can stand up for ourselves, that we can protect ourselves, that we have the education and nuance to understand what's happening within society as Americans, as trans people, and the nuance of how that all blends together, that we don't have this one issue of you and I are just trans people coming into the space. You and I are Americans that happen to be trans people, that happen to be living within the space that we do. And we learn to navigate it with so much visceral hate, especially from people that are purely, like, to me, it all just feels really grifty. Like,
oh, yes.
Like the Riley, like, just even talking this out right now, it feels like if you talk enough shit about trans people, you're gonna get a platform. And my question is, why does that bother people so much? And I've had theories, and this is where I get into my allegedly zone, because I gotta say allegedly because I'm not trying to get sued.
Oh, yes.
But let's talk about Elon Musk for just a second, but I don't want to do it too long because we know she likes to sue, as Kendrick, did in the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
Elon right now has a baby mama on Twitter that's a conservative. Twitter something kind of looks like a Blair White kind of somebody similar, just the same. It's all the same.
That's her upper top lip move.
No, I don't know. It just seems like there's a factory of them that are being made.
As long as her upper top lip moves, it's all good.
And
not saying anything, not insinuating anything. I just wonder if her upper top lip moves.
Basically, Elon is like rejecting any communication about this child, any support or anything that's going on, right? And they've been trying to reach out to him publicly through Twitter because he's just ignoring all of that. Now, Grimes, make sure I'm going to add an allegedly every time because I'm not getting sued. But Grimes, listen, we got to keep it on air.
Yes, we do.
Grimes is now reaching out publicly saying, hey, your kid is having a medical emergency. You need to reach out to me. I need to speak to you. And meanwhile, he's like got a chainsaw with glasses on, allegedly on ketamine at the CPAC thing, and doing all of this, like, God knows what stuff on stage, and people just keep going, yay, Elon. Meanwhile, it's like, this is somebody who's allegedly saying something about traditional values and family and all of these things. And it's like, I look at his life and I look at my life. I go, wait a second. I've been with the same woman for 20 years. I practice if you were to look at my life and just put it against to what a Christian ideology is, I match them all. Every single one of them, except for I'm trans. That's it. Like, I help my fellow man. I help my neighbor. I do my part to society. I contribute, like, all of those things, but I'm just trans. So somehow that makes me the devil. Meanwhile, you've got a man who has multiple baby mamas, is not even taking care of his kids, using his kid as a prop on his shoulder so he doesn't get shot, because it's like, what are we doing there? Allegedly. Let me add an allegedly there. Yeah. And at the same time, I found this, I've been always so curious about Elon Musk because he's got all this money. I'm like, what is his interest in trans people?
I think because his child came out as trans that he has this whole hatred thing. And I also think Elon Musk is blackmailing Donald Trump. I don't know about what. I don't know about who.
Yeah.
I truly believe that he is blackmailing Donald Trump, because when I saw that video of Elon and his son in the office with Donald Trump, and Elon's son telling Donald Trump, you are not the president, and shut up or whatnot. Clearly that's something that Elon talks about.
Like, I don't agree with Trump, right? But the optics of that as an American, to see the Resolute desk be put into that position, that is so un-American on so many levels.
Well, Elon is not from America. That's the thing. He's an immigrant. And ironically, they're trying to deport all these immigrants from the country. And it's like, Donald Trump's wife needs to go because she's an immigrant. Elon Musk needs to go because he's an immigrant. So, I mean, like,
It doesn't
the oxymoron of it all, like the contradictory of it all. You know what I mean?
But what's his obsession with trans people?
I really genuinely think because his child came out as trans, he's never been able to get over it. And like Laverne Cox said, they're focusing on the wrong 1% of the population. They should be focusing on these billionaires. And like Laverne said, trans people are not the reason why your eggs are high, your gas is high, why groceries are so high. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not the reason. But I think that they're trying to steamroll and gaslight and smokescreen this whole trans issue.
Yeah.
And trying to make it seem like we're such a problem to the American people because they're doing a lot of things behind the scenes that they're going to eventually get caught. And we as trans people, we know we're resilient, but we're also tired. It's exhausting. Yeah. It's tired. And we have to make space for that.
We've got a billionaire who, again, I'm going to say this, I'm going to add the allegedlys there, but like, from what I understand, also, there's more trans lore to Elon, is, I guess, Chelsea Manning, which is like the whistleblower from a little while ago, ended up taking Grimes from Elon. So
Grimes is Elon's child, right?
No. Grimes is Elon's ex. And you know the kid that said the thing at the desk?
Okay.
That's their kid.
Oh.
Right?
So Chelsea's with her?
So my thing is like, I think people are not realizing that this is a man who is a bitter ex with a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot. Like imagine your worst ex that you could ever think of has so much money. It is unfathomable. They can change the entire way the world works because of the influence that it comes with. And that's where I think the focus of trans comes. I think that because he got his heart broken because a trans woman took his girl. And not only that, allegedly, I'm going to add that allegedly, his daughter is trans. The combination of those two things, instead of him actually maturely processing what was going on in his life, he's acting like a giant man child. And because he has all this money to support his behavior, and he's got sycophants and people that need money in their pockets too, it's now created this, like you said, birds of a feather with Riley Gaines, and they all kind of like worked together. And it's like, you had to get all of these people together to try to take apart the heart of America and what it means to be an American, because this is not what it means to be an American. To be an American means to support one another, to innovate, to create, to support. Like, there's so many layers to being an American. It's not about creating this hate narrative and taking down trans people. And like, you can look at the history of the Nazis in 1933 and the book burning of Magnus Hirschfeld. And that was the first book burning, was trans books. And it's all parallel to today. And we've got someone who's got an immense amount of money. And I really wish Elon Musk would stop doing what he's doing and work on whatever his personal stuff is, and stop attacking trans people in the way that he is. Whatever's going on with his kid or whatever is going on with his ex-partner is not my community's responsibility, because he doesn't have the maturity to understand that his situation didn't go right for him because he didn't navigate it right. And it just feels like this big projection of this person who's like this angry ex doing everything they can to hurt the people that he used to say, I love you to.
Yeah, but let's remember, we as a trans community are strong. We're powerful. We can withstand anything. It's interesting how people love to bring us up in conversation, especially when we're not in the room.
Yeah.
Because it's always an easy flex for other people when they don't know what the hell they're talking about. I think, and I also need to address this because these trans conservatives are also getting on my nerves these days. Because during the whole debate, they're just like, y'all make trans people look bad. First of all, anybody who goes on a Jubilee debate is freaking powerful, because it's a lot. You really don't know what you're walking into. And so I think trans conservatives, some of our trans sisters who want to be conservative, which is why I don't understand. That's a whole oxymoron, but that's your prerogative. If you want to be miserable in that, that's your business. No judgment. Because not all trans conservatives are bad. There are some that want to, that are more moderate, that want to reach across the aisle.
Yeah.
If you can't go on a Jubilee debate and go on there yourself and debate, you have no room to criticize the trans girls that go on there. Instead, why don't you look at your sisters, hit them up and say, first of all, are you okay? And then give your opinion or your view. I can understand that. Some of y'all just want to be loud, obnoxious, and rude and ignorant just because you can. I got tagged in a post by this trans woman, and she's beautiful. She's an OnlyFans girl, and there's nothing wrong with that. And she was just going on a rant talking about y'all made our community look bad. Stop going on Jubilee, making them look bad, da 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 da. Well, girl, first of all, like I said, get information before you post. You know nothing about the why. Optics to me are an illusion because you don't know the why. If you're not asking the why when you're looking at an optic, you're not getting the full story. And I think a lot of these girls look at these Jubilee videos and they're so quick to have an opinion, but you don't ever do research. You just want your followers. You want to make your little content, get your little followers up, and you sound stupid in my view when you do that. I don't have to answer to anybody on the why I go on these certain platforms. I don't have to. I choose to. And I'm going to continue to do it because a lot of y'all that are criticizing can't do what I do. And I think we need to waken up that talking point for real. When you see us going against Ben Shapiro and Riley Gaines and Pierce Morgan and all these people, one, yes, is to build exposure as trans people because let's be clear, we're under a Trump administration and trans voices are now more crucial more than ever. So us going on these platforms is so important because our visibility needs to still be above water because Trump is trying to tank it, obviously. So don't get mad at us. Get mad at the game that has been played and that has been put into place that's trying to separate you and I when there should not be a separation. I am not going to apologize for going on camera and being me. Y'all accuse me of being emotionally charged. I'm just emotionally passionate because I'm an empathetic person and I care.
What do you expect?
I've always been like that
when this is happening.
I've always been like that, but the only problem is I don't conform to optics. And the thing is, I'm a very passionate person. Y'all have not seen me be emotionally charged yet. I think the CNN protest was probably the most emotionally charged I was. I think I really was emotionally charged. And I'm nothing like that. I'm just very passionate. And you're not going to disrespect me. Because the thing is, I know who I am and I'm confident in what I exuberate. Y'all always say, oh, you didn't bring anything good to the table. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying because you don't have the intellectual capacity to understand what I'm saying. Pierce and Riley did not have the intellectual capacity to understand that Black women cannot be racist to white women. Yeah. So if you can't understand that basic truth, then I'm sorry. We can't have a conversation. I'm sorry. Why waste my time? And I think a lot of y'all are just upset and y'all just want to be keyboard bullies. But the thing is, you can't bully me. I love doing this work. I want to continue going on more of these platforms. And I'm going to make it happen. The View, I'm coming for you on ABC. And Good Morning America, I'm coming for all cable morning news shows. What's up? Riley Gaines is on Fox News, booty clapping over there, talking about me making these videos. Why can't I go on the more liberal ones? MSNBC, hello? How you doing? Roland Martin, how you doing?
Truly. And you know what? I want to call out Joe Rogan. How you doing? Call me in.
By the way, he got dethroned as the #1 podcast by a liberal. I want to go on to Midas Touch.
Yeah, Midas Touch. Shout us out, please. Please, Midas Touch. We want to be on you. So
I want to download their podcast. I actually want to download it and listen to their content.
They are so good.